Okay, if you already read the description already, you would know that these next few Platinum Impressions episodes are going to cover games that I've beaten in 2017. So these technically don't count for 2018 games at all, even though they're released in 2018, but whatever. Enjoy anyway. Hello there, everybody, and this is See What the Platinum One here. Hello. And welcome to another edition of Platinum Impressions, the show where you don't necessarily need to watch the video footage go by, but instead you just listen to my voice and then you'll ignore my opinions anyway, even though my opinions are wrong. But they're right anyway because they're me. Anyway, we're going to be talking about a game that I'm probably going to Let's Play this year. Let's be frank here. Because this is a Mario game and it's new, I have to do it by law. Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. So, I don't really feel the need to say this, but I will. Super Mario is, without a doubt, my favorite video game franchise ever. Like, ever. It was one of my very first games ever that I've ever played on the Super Nintendo. Like, I had Super Mario All-Stars, and I just fell in love with Mario. Just, oh my god, so many memories. And I always loved everything with Mario in it, except for this one. Because, So, you can probably imagine my reaction for when I first saw Super Mario Odyssey in that January trailer. Because I was like, oh my god! Oh my god! It's 3D again! Woo! So yeah, I was already excited about the fact that Super Mario Odyssey was going to go back to being, you know, the 3D sandbox platformer that made Super Mario 64 and Sunshine so great. But never in my life has a single trailer like the E3 2017 trailer that made me just fell in love with it so much. Like, that trailer just completely won me over and just completely, you know, cemented the fact that Nintendo won E3 that year. And because of that, Super Mario Odyssey became my most anticipated game of the year aside from Sonic Mania. Yeah. I basically had a similar feeling with that game. Like, each time that, you know, more info was shown off, you know, I would get more and more excited about it. Like, it was basically setting out to be one of my favorite games of 2017 because 2017 wasn't already amazing enough as a year of gaming. So, yeah. You can definitely see where I'm coming from with Super Mario Odyssey, but did it hold up in the end? You can probably imagine the answer already, but if you don't somehow know, then let me delve more into it as we go on. Let me delve more into it by talking about the lack thereof of a plot. Because, yeah. By the way, as this is the most recent Mario game, there will be mild spoilers on certain major things. I can't really go into detail about what specific things I like about a game or dislike about a game without, you know, going into spoiler territory. So, mainly the spoilers aren't in the story, but in the actual video game. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on getting Super Mario Odyssey right now. So, immediately we see Mario and Bowser battling for Peach, of course, in disguise above the Mushroom Kingdom. Like, we just go into it. And basically, after a long fought battle, Bowser freaking uses his wedding cap to launch Mario into parts unknown. And yes, I said wedding cap because, holy crap, Bowser looks freaking swag AF. His plan this time around isn't just to capture Peach. Instead, he actually wants to capture her and then marry her in the biggest wedding he could possibly plan, by stealing each kingdom's most valuable treasures, which incidentally turn out to be wedding favors. Because convenience. Either way, you would think that Mario, after such an attack, would have all of his bones broken and his mind shattered. But nope. We see Mario end up in parts unknown, which becomes known as the Cap Kingdom, where he meets up with this little hat spirit called Cappy. He explains that Bowser attacked his kingdom and stole his sister Tiara in the process. Which Bowser is using Tiara as Peach's wedding tiara, so kinda fits. So, being the knight in shining armor he is, and because Nintendo says that he's not really a plumber anymore, which they're basically correct on that statement, Mario agrees to help Cappy, and he comes along with Mario on his adventure to save their girls from the turtle dragon guy himself. I like how, just like in New Super Mario Bros. U, they do a variation of Bowser taking Peach and rolling with it. Like in Super Mario Bros. U, Bowser not only captures Peach, but he takes over the castle as well. This time around, he plans on going on an all-out wedding with her. And it just becomes this big goose chase to, stop Bowser from marrying Peach. Because, last time this happened, the world almost freaking got destroyed. Does anyone remember Super Paper Mario? No? Just me then. But yeah, they really went all out with this one, honestly. And the personality as well, because honestly, we barely ever see any personality in any core Mario game. So, yeah, the only time we ever see personality is in the RPGs and possibly the sports games. But in terms of Bowser, he doesn't just capture Peach and wait at his, throne or whatever until you show up at the end. No. He actually does show up a fair few amount of times to give Mario a hard time. Like, yeah, he actually shows up. Whether to fight him or to shoot down his ship, to shoot down Mario and Cappy's ship, the Odyssey, which they use to, travel around the world this time. And Bowser has a much bigger presence in this game. More than any other major 3D Mario game up to this point. Well, except for maybe Mario 3D World, if you can count it that, because, you fight him 3 times in that game. And I really like that a lot about, Bowser, because you're just constantly reminded that he's there. Like, you're constantly reminded that he's there because of his henchmen, the Brutals. Because, they're basically Bowser's wedding planners and stuff, and they help out Bowser plan the wedding and steal all the wedding favors from each kingdom. And you're just reminded that the wedding is still going on. It's just like, oh god, you gotta stop that wedding. You gotta stop that wedding, dude. And, again, it's a big goose chase to get the wedding favors back, and also Peach as well. So, yeah. That's really all you need to know about the story. Just, you try to stop Bowser from, marrying Peach, and that's about it, really. So, Super Mario Odyssey goes back to being a 3D sandbox-style collectathon that made Super Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine so successful. And, you're free to explore the various kingdoms without the need for a time limit, which feels refreshing to say that after a 3D Land and 3D World style of game. Where it was like, it's a 3D Mario game playing like a 2D Mario game, Like, those games were fine and all, but we missed having, an actual 3D environment to move around, Like, without the need for a time limit at all. So, technically, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was the last fully 3D Mario game, but it wasn't really sandbox. This time around, it's a sandbox game. And it feels wonderful in every aspect of the word. Controlling Mario feels great, like, you are the Mario. Even though he's basically everything else in this game, but more on that in a little bit. Honestly, in terms of controlling Mario in this game, in this style of game, like, this one is honestly the best. Because, well, controlling him just feels really, really tight. Like, we're back in the we really are back in the days where Mario Sunshine had the much better control over Super Mario 64, honestly. Not only that, but he also comes packed with his classic moves like triple jumping, diving, wall jumping, backflips, spin dashing. What? Yeah, you can actually spin dash in this game. Or rather, roll in this game. Yeah, so simply by crouching and then pressing, I don't know, the X or Y button, I don't really know. I don't remember, it's been a while. You can basically roll infinitely until you stop. It's a great way to get around, honestly. It's great. The amount of moves that Mario can do is honestly on par with Super Mario 64, if not more so. And it's all thanks to Mario's new friend / gimmick, Cappy. you can throw him at enemies and even use him to gain even more distance as well. Like, the amount of movement that Mario has is crazy. Like, there are certain parts of the game where you can actually skip entire sections if you can do, Mario's movement just right. Like, you can wall jump, you can do a backflip and then wall jump off a wall, then throw Cappy in a direction, then dive towards Cappy. That way you can get a little extra jump, and then throw Cappy again, then dive to get some more distance as well. So, yeah, that's the amount of movement that Mario can have in this game. Just the amount of movement that Mario can do in this game is amazing, and I haven't watched a speedrun of Mario Odyssey yet, but I can probably imagine it will be really, really interesting to see. And also with Cappy, you can even hone in on stuff if you use the motion controls, which the motion controls, they're not bad. I mean, I mainly use the Pro Controller, which just basically amounts to shaking in order to do things quicker. And, I've used the Joy-Cons, by themselves, and they're not bad, but you don't necessarily need them. Like Mario Odyssey, even though the game lets you know that, hey, this is the recommended way of playing with Joy-Cons. No, I have the Pro Controller, man. I can use that. I spent $70 on it. I can't. Basically, just use the Pro Controller. That's all I'm saying. However, back to the script. The biggest addition to Super Mario Odyssey is the ability to use Cappy to capture, puns, various things. So basically, by throwing Cappy at things like Goombas, Bullet Bills, frogs, and the like, Mario can basically become Danny Phantom and possess them to use their abilities. This is a weird gimmick, but one that's proven to be very, very effective. And crazy. You're basically going to find yourself capturing enemies, electrical generators, random things off the ground, people, cars, T-Rexes, basically whatever is able to be captured. Of course, you can't capture everything you see. Like, you can't be, street signs. You can't be, tree. Well, you can be a tree. But, whatever is able to be captured, their abilities work very well for any situation. And, I have to give shoutouts to two particular things. One is this dinosaur creature called Glydon, who appears in various kingdoms. For his gliding amazingness, his ability to glide is great. And also this stone, Easter Island head stone thing called Moai, whose ability to put on shades can actually be very useful for finding, invisible things like secrets and the like. It's great. They actually made him useful, unlike what they did in the trailer, which he was just there as a joke, and not everyone could see that he actually, reveals secret things. I mean, if you're going on to Game Explain for any analysis trailers, then you probably see that too, but whatever. Off track. Each one of these kingdoms that you visit is unique in every aspect of the word. You start off by going to the Halloween Town inspired Cap Kingdom, which is where Mario ends up. And, it just keeps on going from there. Like, you go to probably the best desert level of the Sand Kingdom to, of course, the main attraction, New Donk City, where Mario goes all Sonic 06, but in a good way, or Sonic Adventure, whichever one you want to call it. Each of these kingdoms is so brilliantly designed with so many ways to get to where you need to go, thanks to Pro Strats being a thing. And this is actually a good time to bring up Power Moons, because they're basically this game's collectibles. Super Mario Odyssey does not have hub worlds, so whenever you get a Power Moon, you just get it and then you move on. That's what I really, really like about this style of gameplay, because, again, no hub worlds. So you don't just get a Power Moon and then you immediately go back to the Odyssey. No. You just get the moon and then you're free to move on to the next one. And the next, and the next, and the next. Because the total amount of moons that you can get in each kingdom is actually staggering. As soon as you reach the Sand Kingdom and complete the story objectives, you're free to grab the rest of the 69 moons. Yeah, 69. Yeah, of course you're not able to get every single moon until you complete the story, but that's just the amount That's just the total amount of moons there are in certain, areas. Like, trust me, I've completed the main story of Mario Odyssey with getting every moon that you could possibly get in terms of the main story, and I ended up with 436. Yeah. They can reach up to staggering heights. And, because of that, you're going to be finding yourself looking up guides to find each power moon. So, yeah, have fun with that. Have fun. Honestly, when it comes to picking out which one of my favorite kingdoms would be, I would have to say Bowser's Kingdom for the aesthetics, design, and the music, and New Donk City because there's so much to do and see as well. So, yeah. And also, in terms of New Donk City, you may not be able to fully control humans and the Mayor Pauline, but you get to experience one of the best tributes to Mario's origins ever. That part was amazing. Again, without giving too much away. Because again, this game is still relatively new. I honestly don't think there's any one kingdom that I totally dislike. Well, disappointed in a couple, meaning two. And the kingdoms I'm talking about are the Cloud Kingdom and the Ruin Kingdom. Those two kingdoms serve only to host boss fights and just to get a few amount of moons afterward. Those kingdoms could have been totally fully fledged, well-designed kingdoms with very unique gimmicks. Like, couldn't you imagine how much fun it would be to bounce around on clouds in the Cloud Kingdom? And especially for the Ruin Kingdom too, because I think the Ruin Kingdom has like the perfect unique atmosphere for a Mario game. Like, it has the Elder Scrolls and Dark Souls feeling to it. Like, even right down to, the music being, surprisingly very terrifying. Like, it's just a whole bunch of, like, ambient noises. And all you really do in the Ruin Kingdom is just to get a few moons and to battle a boss, and that's about it. It's so small, and I really wish it was a fully fledged kingdom, Because, it's the Skyrim Dark Souls kingdom. It looks so amazing. But there's little to do after the boss fight there. Just, So that's really like the low points of the game, but I still fairly like the idea of them. It's just that I wish the Cloud and Ruin Kingdoms could have been a whole lot more, just saying. Instead of just being boss fights and just a couple of small objectives here and there, As for extra things you can do, well, aside from the upcoming features that are coming up, because my LP has to be pushed back now because I never expected Mario Odyssey to actually have gameplay updates. Super Mario Odyssey has a snapshot mode. I'm never gonna stop with posting Mario doing stupid stuff in a wedding dress on Twitter. I am the real bride! Speaking of dresses, Mario Odyssey allows for numerous costume changes, including costumes from Mario's past, to shirtless Mario, and to clowns. Yeah, you can do boxer shorts and a clown hat. Mario is the swimming suit clown. Or I don't know. Oh my god. But yeah, there are costumes that are unlocked early via Amiibo, like Waluigi, Wario, Luigi, Dr. Mario, the like. And these also include the new Odyssey Amiibo set, which can give you the wedding outfits based on Mario's tuxedo, Peach's wedding dress, and Bowser's outfit that he wears throughout the game. But of course, if you're not into actually spending real-life money on those Amiibo, you can always buy, the Amiibo costumes later on in the post-game. So, yeah. Otherwise, every Amiibo and every Amiibo card can be used to help you find Power Moon locations and other stuff as well, like Peach's ability to, heal you up. And every kind of Bowser Amiibo allowing you to find, the purple coins that you use to buy various outfits. And about the Amiibo, there is no limit. As of right now, there is no limit on how many times you can use them. So, have fun with that. Have fun with using the Amiibo that you have. Also, I like the fact on how if you use Mega Man, Cloud, Bayonetta, Like, the amiibo guy, which is called Uncle Amiibo, will basically say, that is a amiibo. Because apparently he can't say Cloud or Bayonetta or Mega Man or whatever. He can only say Nintendo properties. In terms of graphics, this is basically the best looking Nintendo Switch first party game so far. Like, even if you're playing in handheld mode, this game looks beautiful. Even with backgrounds looking a little blurry at times. Like, each kingdom just pops out in style. Like, thematically, they might be level themes that we've seen before. Well, except for Ruined Kingdom and Bowser's Kingdom to a T. But they still look really, really nice. And they're just so vibrant and colorful, and I love them to death. And musically, oh boy. I can count the amount of favorite tracks that I have in the palm of my hand. Or at least 2 hands. Or 3, or 4. Like, there's the main theme of the game, Jump Up Superstar. There's Seaside Kingdom. There's Bowser's Kingdom. Wooded Kingdom. Break Free, Lead the Way, which is the ending theme. New Donk City. Cascade Kingdom, which is basically the main orchestral theme of Odyssey. Cap Kingdom, which is basically, this is Halloween. Like, the soundtrack in this game is actually really, really amazing. Like, it hooked me on more than any other Mario soundtrack in a 3D Mario game up to this point. Well, except for maybe Mario Galaxy 2's, because I've been replaying Mario Galaxy 2 lately, and I've grown to appreciate the soundtrack more and more. But Mario Odyssey has so many different styles. Just, God, I love the soundtrack so much. Just, it's great. It's really, really great. Honestly, when it really comes to just pure issues with the game, I don't really think I have any. Well, aside from being, let down with the Cloud and Ruined Kingdoms, but aside from that, I think that Super Mario Odyssey is the adventure that's been building up ever since Super Mario 3D World happened in 2013. It reminded us why Mario keeps on being the big game changer in the video game industry. Because 64 revolutionized the 3D platformer, Sunshine kept the formula going with new ideas and bigger challenges, and Odyssey not only gave us a load of new ideas to go off of, which I think are executed very well, but honestly, I think it nearly perfected that formula. And again, like I said, small issues with Cloud and Ruined Kingdoms notwithstanding, I think this is about as close to a perfect Super Mario game as you could possibly get. Like, everything is just so tightly designed in every single way. The control, the graphics, the soundtrack, the level design. I can just, brush those criticisms off of me. Like, again, despite my issues, I just think this game just pulled off its ideas very, very well. And its core concept very well as well. How many times did I say well? A lot. This ended up being not only the best Nintendo Switch game I've played yet, but in my opinion, I think this became the new favorite Super Mario game. And yes, I know for a fact that there is Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, but I haven't played that yet, so joke's on you. And because of that, it overthrew Mario Galaxy 2 for me as being my favorite, Super Mario game out there. Like, it did so much right for me, more than what Super Mario Galaxy 2 did for me. Oh my god, I just can't get enough of Super Mario Odyssey, and definitely for sure I will be Let's Playing this game this year. 100%. Good luck. Good luck, me. Because it's my law as me to Let's Play every new major Mario game that comes out. Well, except for Mario Maker, that one technically doesn't count. Nintendo knocked this one out of the park like they did with their other first-party titles this year. And I say this as I'm looking at my script, because I say Xenoblade 2 will already be taking over my life, but it really hasn't, because I haven't been having much time to play Xenoblade 2 these days, because, oh my god, I have so much stuff to do! But I can probably imagine that most of you already have this game at this point, so why are you listening to me talk about it? Just go play the game. It's so freaking good. It's so good. Honestly, my contender for Game of the Year 2017, because it did so many things right for me, and it just reminded me why Super Mario is just my favorite video game franchise ever. So, yeah, just get this game if you don't have a Switch. Actually, get a Switch in this game. What am I saying? Just go get it. Just buy it. Just buy it. Show Nintendo where the money is. Go. But yeah, those were my thoughts on Super Mario Odyssey. I hope you enjoyed them. And tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z, except I'm not playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Instead, we're going to be talking about Sonic Forces next time. A much lesser game, if you will. So with that, I will see you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.